has MLB The Show, or have they rather, gone a different route from last year? Now, last year was a completely different mantra. It was sets and seasons. And at this point, we just started season 2, kind of looking towards the halfway point, being the All-Star game. Now, this year for MLB The Show 25, we've gone back to the old school sort of MLB The Show mantra of innings programs, a slower grind, and a lot more, well, fluff along the way, sort of making things a little more compilative, cumulative, and all that. But today I want to talk about the free cards and sort of the programs that we had so far and where they sort of fit into last year, which was the sets and seasons power creep mindset, and kind of seeing, have we improved? Do we need to go back? Is it really what we thought we were getting overall? So with all that being said, leave a like, subscribe, turn on the bell so you don't miss any more of my thoughts on MLB The Show and MLB The Show content related videos, as we are here mainly news, not so much gameplay. So I appreciate if you do leave a like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff down below. Let's try to hit, I don't know, let's get 2 likes on this. I don't effing know. We just smash it. We want to grow. We want to do stuff. We got some goals to make. So that being said, let's just jump into it and we'll get into the crux of the matter right now. So sort of just taking things from the top here, one of the more fascinating things here is if we sort of look at the XP program, this is kind of what I think the baseline is at the moment. Boss cards at 93. Again, is he the best? He's all right. It's an Adam Dunn. He's right-handed. He can come off the bench for you and probably be okay, which is all right. He's a situational hitter with runner from third with 2 outs. Okay. But looking at the bosses, which I think should be on kind of par where things should be, the only issue I would have with this is I wish these were 95s. Reason being is you're probably not going to get them really till probably later on in this thing. So having them be a little bit higher to extend the play of them isn't the worst per se. But again, we're kind of trying to fit things in holes and stuff where things don't necessarily work out as much. I think Jeter and Greenberg will hang around. Even Nolan Ryan will probably hang around a little bit longer because there's just not a lot there and a lot that people could actually get. And even tomorrow or later today, rather, when this is going up with the new multiplayer program and all that stuff, there's still leeway to be had there to kind of see, I guess, where things will match up as we sort of go along here. But we'll kind of see where all that leads and are the rewards really any good. And looking at programs, one of the things that I think got lost in the shuffle from last year to this year was the programs. And the one thing they talked about was sort of this pack program thing where a lot of these cards in programs also had packs to go with it, which I think leads to a little bit of weirdness, kind of like what we see here. A pipeline pass program that really isn't that exciting. There's not a lot of viability here. Like a 87 Jonathan India is not going to do much. Same thing with an 8. Like none of these cards really do much for me. Like really at all. Like Garrett Cole's cool and all. Like I guess, but he's not that expensive. Joey Gallo might not see a whole lot of playing time either. So even the cards that are necessarily free don't really move the needle a lot. And this is something everyone can get. Some of the cards in here, like Schwarber, isn't necessarily a card you're going to get per se. And the same thing with like Nate Pearson and stuff. Nothing here really screams like it fits, it works, it'll do something. Like I guess argumentatively, I heard somebody say it helps with team affinity. Like they now, like somebody was saying like, oh, now the Padres have a diamond catcher. Like the Nationals have a couple more diamonds. Like it's diamonds that help fill teams, which I guess does help. But does it help anything else other than them just being fodder for 3K? I guess weirdly. And what's even more interesting is, like I said, all of them had packs. These have packs. The Sammy Sosa thing, it doesn't have a pack. And mind you, he's a 95 retro, so that kind of means the player of the month is going to be diamond as well. So take a wild guess where all-star cards will be probably 95, 96. But a lot of it, too, is just pack focus. Some of the programs that didn't have packs involved were Fire and Finester and Dustin May. Johnny Cueto this Reds thing didn't have a pack. It was mainly to help you get Scott Rowland and stuff, so you could have a free Scott Rowland. The Ellie De La Cruz thing was just a way to get Ellie, a better Ellie. Jackie Robinson had a lot more back to it. The last ride didn't have any packs. Like, there were stuff that did have packs, which is a little weird that they were pack-focused programs that left a really weird taste in a lot of people's mouths. And even looking at some of the Team Affinity stuff here, we're in a weird spot because not a lot of them are viable. They're just fodder. They're collection fodder. But we'll kind of see how that shapes up and all that. But this is really what I wanted to spend not a lot of time on, but a good amount of time on here, was sort of looking back and talking about where we were last year. And where we were last year, or well, not necessarily last year, but at the time, this is the All-Star content that you see right here, where we talk about some 95s. These were all 95s. And through like these some 95s, and it talks about some of the other stuff here. Like there's some, these were Team Affinity Season 2 stuff where you could earn some stuff. They talk about the All-Star Collection Rewards. They had wild card slots, and we had a bunch of stuff here because this is sort of the midpoint with the draft coming up, the Home Run Derby, the All-Star stuff. And mind you, this is the point here. There were 99s released at that point. Are we going to see that this year? The first real 99s that you can get? I actually don't know. They might not be. They could be in packs. It kind of seems that way because now they're at 95s. The next chase pack could be at a 96. I don't have a clue where they're going to be and all this stuff. And mind you, some of the cool stuff they had were these packs right here, these rare round players. So we could even see, if we see that could help level the curve here too. But again, a lot of the cards here are still in the low to mid 90 range. And these were high 90s. These were pretty huge packs and cards. And we're going to see, probably going to see that again with, the draft. And you see there, the draft, the Home Run Derby, the All-Star Game. There's a lot of stuff that is coming very, very quickly here and very soon to the game that as of now kind of still lingers the lingering question of, is this going to pick up in pace a little bit? Because I don't think this first week coming in, we're going to have, maybe we'll see 94s, but if we know the maximum is going to be a 95 at the end of the month, it kind of means we're still in this 93 range for these guys. And at some point, the ramp up's going to have to kick up a pace, kick up a smidgen. And also, mind you, in terms of collection here, there's a new collection coming Friday, and we're going to talk about what to really focus on. And just by my count, I'm one away. I am one category away from getting him, so I'll bite the bullet on one of these and figure it out. But, we're one away. We're a new thing away. I don't know how much it's going to jump. That there's a new big collection coming that you're going to have to get some stuff on. The cards are going to increase a little bit. And to keep things in mind, there are things here that don't have spots yet. Awards is one of them that doesn't have a spot yet. And I think that Jonah Heim's going to be in the program soon. So you're going to see some other stuff get thrown into this mix here. And on top of, the one more we have, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 3 more extras and probably a couple more coming. So these programs here are going to explode. This is probably the only one I don't see growing. So this one might be a freebie. This one could be a freebie, unless they do something wild and add to it. Contributors here are already at 28. I don't know how many more there are, but we'll dive into that later. But keep that in mind that this is all going to reset except for the collection cards that you already have. So keep that in the back of your noggin too, that like Signature Series could be there. Awards could be coming soon. Hall of Fame doesn't have one yet. So there's still stuff there to be had. But you got to remember, we don't have it yet. And I don't know when that's going to be coming. But it could be coming soon. And if that's the case, then we're going to have even more stuff that could increase that power creep or could slow things down even more. But hopefully it's for the better. And we kind of reach that 95 to 99 area, which I cross my fingers and toes It's by the end of July, end of June going into July, because if it's not, we actually could be in a very, very, very big problem. Now, again, ultimately, this is all me sort of speculating and kind of just comparing where we were going into the All-Star week, which is about a month away. So there's still time for them to change, but based on clues we have, it kind of seems like we're going to be entering that around the 95, 96 level, which is good in one way because it means in the tiered collections, the low end could be 96 and the high end very well could be 99s, which is kind of what we want to see going into All-Star, because that means the Home Run Derby champ will be there, a 99, the MVP will be a 99, and we'll probably have a couple more in there that will be those 98, 99s that could really help set the tone. And the way they've been going, that's pretty dang good. It'll definitely help a lot if we can get there. But again, sort of using context clues and stuff, it does kind of seem that that's the direction we're going. And fingers crossed that is what we do, because it gives people a reason to play. And again, new collection coming out that we will definitely talk about going into Thursday and hopefully into Friday. So that's just me ranting. Hopefully you made it to the end. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe, all that fun stuff, so you can keep up to date on what's going on there with MLB Show and all that fun stuff. And we'll be turning the head here soon as we kind of look to improve on the second half here of 2025. So that being said, my name is Specs, and I'll see you guys all in the next one.